Hi everyone, Melissa Ortuno here. I'm a TK teacher and one of the Whole Brain Teaching volunteer staff members. Wanted to make a quick video to help with printing Coach's new fabulous WBT game cards. First thing you're going to need to do is get the download from the official Whole Brain Teaching store on TPT. If you don't have a direct link to the download, when you go to the official store, you're going to want to slide down and make sure you sorted by most recent, and it'll be one of the first downloads to get the file. When you click download, that will make a PDF. That PDF, you scroll down to the second page, and there you will have the link to get the editable slides. This is the link that you're going to want to bookmark so that you can get the most recent copy of the Google Slides of the WBT game cards. So when I click on that link, that's going to open a file to make my own copy. When I make my own copy, it does take a little while because it is a very large file. You're going to want to go in and edit the name for your copy with the date. So today is the 22nd. So I'm going to put 6/22/22 so I know that's when I made this copy of the game cards. From there, you have all the fabulous information about how to use the level cards, the rule cards, the virtue cards, and of course, my favorite, the wild cards. And if you are ready to just print what is already made, you're going to go to currently slide 4, and that is where you will see the level cards and also the rule virtue card template. When you click on the level cards, that will open the file that has all of the level cards ready to print. So for printing these, there's two important things to do. The first one for me is changing the type of paper. And the second thing is I do not print these using the printer settings to print double-sided. When I've tried to do double-sided, the printer messes with the margins and it has not lined up for me. So I'm going to make sure that I am going, when I go to print, I pick just the page that I want to print. So for example, maybe I have finished my turtle cards and I'm ready to print my penguin cards. I'm going to print just that page. And for me, I like to go to more settings, and then I like to go into my printer settings, and on the printer settings, when I go to preference, I can select from plain paper to brochure paper. That has made a difference for me on my specific printer. Other people have been able to print it, no problem. It hasn't affected their margins. But one trick is to change the settings to the brochure paper if you're using the heavier cardstock. And then the other thing, once I've printed that, so I like the normal settings, I click OK, it goes through and I print. And then once I've printed that sheet, it comes out. I flip it just regular. So if I am on this side, I put it in so that it's going to print on this side. And I go back to my printer settings and go to custom, and I get the back side of the card. And again, for me, it does make a difference if I'm doing the heavier, thicker cardstock to go in and change the print settings using the printer, going to preference, and changing that paper type if I'm using the thicker cardstock. It's only a little bit of thickness, but that little bit of thickness has made a difference for me when I'm printing. The other thing some people have had success with is saving as a PDF and printing from the PDF. For me, I found that the PDF, the graphics were not as good when I printed from there. So it was easier to select the thicker cardstock, but for me, printing right from the Google Doc was giving me a better print. So on this file, I have my upper grade and lower grade. So these are the lower grade cards and the back for that. The upper grade cards, and there is a back for that one as well. And then there's also an Alpha Hawk back if you'd like to use that back. Then back on the Google Slides on slide 4, you will see the link for the rules on that one. it has, again, make your own copy of that slide. That one's going to be a little bit faster to load. It'll make your own copy, again, in Google Docs. And same thing, I'm going to print the front side of the rule card, and then I'll print the back side of the rule card. For me, that was the way to make them all line up so that I could cut them. This also has the virtue cards as Coach created them, the front and the back. And then here is where you have the template, and you can click and change, right click and replace that image, uploading something that you have saved from the Google Cards. In another video, I'll show you how to save something, like maybe you want to save this back of the wild cards for the Dragonland version. You want to save this and put it into the image. I'll make another video about how to replace those images in that template with the wild cards or your own creations from this awesome set. Hope this is helpful. See you guys next time.